Good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Hello to those joining me live. How was your weekend? And I apologize. There may be a scheduling time difference, maybe when this got scheduled. So if this isn't the exact time that the invitation said, I apologize for that. So come on in, say hello. Let me know where you're coming in from today. If you are watching me live, we are streaming in various different places. If you are watching us on YouTube, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button, ring that bell, so you can be notified every time that we do go live. So come on in. Happy Tuesday. Let me know how your weekend was in the comments, and because I would love to hear about it. My weekend was still in recovery zone here at my house. My husband is having kidney issues now. He has kidney stones, and my daughter is having a couple of health issues as well. So we are still in recovery zone here at my house. So I am in nurse mode, if you will, taking care of those family members that are not feeling the best. But that was my weekend. Hopefully this weekend it's going to look a little bit different, but come on in and get settled and say hello. Let me know where you're coming in from, and we're going to dive in. Today's topic is how to make networking easy. You guys know I'm a big networker. So, and if you're not a part of Relationship Communications, which is my networking Facebook group, please head on over to Facebook and find Relationship Connections. Type it in the search bar. It should pop up, and there's a banner at the top with my photo on it. It is a very large community. We have well over 500 members. It's a networking community. I encourage all members to have coffee chats with each other and start building their network. Also, if you are a part of the Relationship Communications Facebook group, I made a post yesterday about a video of a new Facebook not Facebook community, but a networking community that I have recently learned about. I would love for you to watch that video and give me your thoughts. Tell me your thoughts in the comments underneath the video. And if you would like an invite to learn more about that community, also let me know that in the comments, and I would love to invite you to that community to learn more. It's really awesome, and I'm going to be looking more into it myself. Okay, let's dive in. How to make networking easy. For some of you, you may have never networked before, and it sounds terrifying to you. I totally get that. It was that way for me too in the very beginning. I used to think about networking as I would change into uncomfortable professional clothes, and I would leave the house, and then I would go to an event, and when I would enter the room, I realized I didn't know anyone, and I would freeze. I'm an introvert, so I don't really enjoy being in large crowds of people anyway. So I would totally freeze. I would feel out of place. I would look around. I would compare myself to the other people in the room, and I would talk to maybe one or two people. I would fumble over my words. The gibberish in my head would be screaming at me. We've talked about gibberish before, so y'all know it's all those little voices in your head. I would feel like I wore the wrong outfit, or I didn't know what to say, the right things to say to these people, and I sounded like I didn't know what I was talking about. In the very beginning, that's exactly how it felt for me, because I did feel like I didn't know what I was talking about. Yes, I had this business, but at that given time, I had not yet learned how to talk about it correctly, what I needed to say when I was sharing and talking about my business, okay? So I would ask myself, why am I even here? This is terrible. I feel terrible. And I feel like the entire experience was a failure because I was so miserable the whole time I was there, right? Trust me, it was that way in the beginning. Then I would go home. I'd feel rejected, and I thought I didn't have what it takes. Just saying, I can't do this. Has that ever happened to you? Since you've started a business, since you became an entrepreneur? Well, I'm here to tell you that's normal. It happens to all of us, okay? When you don't know what networking actually is. In the very beginning, I did not know what networking actually was. I thought that's the way it was supposed to feel, especially for an introvert like me, right? That I just had to suck it up and go do it anyway, right? That's not the truth, okay? That's what I thought back in the beginning, but that's not the truth. That is so normal to feel that way, have all those feelings when you don't know what networking actually is. So I'm going to break it down for you. Let's define networking to begin with. Networking is the action or process of interacting with others to exchange information and develop professional or social contacts, or both. Because sometimes when you start building those professional relationships, you also start learning about the person on a personal level or a social level as well, right? And you can support each other in both spaces, professionally and personally. So basically, it's about going to an event or a meeting and making business friends. That's what you're doing. Yes, in the very beginning, when you first introduce yourself, business is what you're going to talk about. But the more you talk to that person and get to know that person, you're also going to become friends. Whether you keep it on a professional friendship basis or you take it a step further and you actually become personal friends as well. I have both. Okay. I have just professional friends that I'm friends with in my professional space, but some of those have also became personal friends too, and or a client. I've got one particular person in mind at this moment that has been all of that. We met on a professional level at a networking event is where we first met. They became a client. So they worked with me for X amount of time. And now we're also personal friends. So see how that relationship developed and grew over time. In the very beginning, we met each other at a networking event. Learned about each other on a professional level, and that's fine. Continued to build that relationship. They became a client with my virtual assistant business for Tiger Eye Solution. And we helped them in their business. And now they're also a personal friend. So yeah, it can go for full circle that way. It really, really can. And I mean, it's very beneficial for those relationships to evolve like that. So basically, you're going to an event and making or meeting business friends. There's no selling involved at all. You're not selling yourself. You're not selling your business or your products or your services. Whatever it is you have to offer, you're not selling it. That's not what you're there for. Okay? So you don't go there to try to impress someone. It's not about being perfect. It's not about talking or having a conversation with people about what you do professionally. It's just having a conversation, telling them in a very simple way what you do for work. They're also going to tell you in a very simple way what they do for work or what their business is. Now, they may take it to the extremes and just keep talking. That's okay. You just listen. However, that's not what you want to do. Okay. Yes, you want to talk to them. Yes, you want to have a conversation, but you want to let them know what you do in a very simple way. Keep it short and simple so they will understand it and they will remember it. Okay. So it's about talking or having a conversation with people about what you do professionally. So take the pressure off yourself. Okay. Don't put so much pressure on yourself thinking what you say has to be perfect and precise and all the things, right? So take that pressure off. How many of you think that when you leave a networking event, that if you didn't wow someone, that it wasn't a successful event for you? That's not what it's all about. Absolutely not what it's all about. Sometimes we have a lot of this gibberish or all these little voices in our head that tells us all kinds of things. One voice may be too high, one voice may be too low, or one voice tells us that we're talking, that our voice is too high. Let me go back and rephrase that, sorry. One voice may be telling us that our voice is too low when we speak. That it may be telling us that we're talking too much when we're talking to someone, and so many other things, okay? Lots of baggage that we bring to an event, but we need to leave all those voices and the gibberish at home or in the car when we arrive at the event. Then tell ourselves, I'm me, I'm fine, I'm enough, and I'm going to share about my business today at this event. I have an in-person event coming up later this week. So I will be practicing exactly what I'm talking about today at this event. I haven't been to an in-person event in a while. I've been rather busy and haven't been able to go to an in-person event. And then some of them too take a break over the summer. They don't have actual in-person events over the summer months just because they know a lot of professionals take a lot of time off during the summer. You know, their kids are out of school, or they take vacations, or whatever the case may be. So a lot of professional networking organizations are kind of just now getting back into the swing of things and starting to have meetings again. So I'm going to be attending an in-person networking event later this week. So I will be practicing exactly what I'm talking about today. Okay. So you're fine, you're enough, and you're going to share about your business, okay, at this event. Now, it does help if you are prepared when someone says, what do you do for work? So make sure you're ready for that, because somebody is going to ask you that question. They may not say it exactly that way, but they're going to say, what do you do? So you're going to have to answer that question. So be prepared. Have your simple description ready. Okay. Practice it like before you go or the day before or whatever works for you, you know, to make sure you know it. You have it memorized. So exactly what you're going to say. Okay. Here's how you can do that. Okay. So I'm going to kind of share what I say. To be successful at networking, you have to be good at describing your work and what you do. Okay. You have to be ready when someone asks, what do you do? This is going to happen. This is why you're at the event. So I want you to think about this ahead of time. A lot of people treat this like a trick question. They respond like, what? What did they just say to me? Don't respond like that. Just don't. Okay. Then they start talking and talking and talking and talking. Don't do that either. That is why it is wise to stop talking after you share a short description about what you do. So have your description ready, have it memorized, have it in the simplest form possible. Okay? Because usually when it's in the simplest form possible, it's going to be in the shortest form possible too. And you share that, and that's all you say. You stop talking. Okay? I know you're nervous. You're going to be nervous when you have to say this to somebody. And sometimes that can lead into that talking. Don't let it do that. Okay. So have your description ready. When somebody asks you, what do you do? You share your description with them and then you stop talking. When you talk continuously, you may think you're making sense, but you are not. So create a speech or a spiel or description that you can share quickly and simply when someone asks, what do you do? Or it's your turn to share at the event about your business and what you do. Some networking events have a specific structure and format that they follow. And they just kind of go around the room. Everybody gets a turn to introduce themselves and share about their business or what they do. So you need to have this prepared and memorized ahead of time. Okay. So if you know you're going to a networking event later this week or next week or whatever, you need to start now preparing what you're going to say and memorizing what you're going to say. So you're not fumbling over your words when it's your turn to speak or when somebody asks you that question, what do you do? Okay. So you need to have this prepared and memorized ahead of time. This is what I say. You can create something similar if you like. I say, I'm a virtual assistant. My team and I work with entrepreneurs and business owners and help them with the admin pieces of their business, like email newsletters, website updates, and social media. Then I stop talking. Then after you say that, you stop talking. And that's all you need to say. Just a couple of sentences. It's quick, it's simple. And you want it to be quick and simple because you want them to be able to remember what you said. Right? Now, I shared in that description 3 different things that we help clients with. Okay? Email newsletters, website updates, and social media. Is that all that we help clients with? Absolutely not. But I'm not going to go through the very long list of different things that we help clients with because that's going to confuse the people I'm talking to. Okay. So I'm only going to share 2 to 3 things that we actually help clients with. Now, at the next event, I might change that up and say 3 other services that we offer. I might not say the exact same services every single time I share this. Just to change it up a little bit to let people know about other services that we offer as well. Which, of course, I'm also going to be sharing a business card with them. And on my business card, they're going to have my website address that they can go check out. And on my website is a list of all the services that we offer. So they can learn a lot about my business and what we do on my website as well. So think about how clear and simple that is. You don't need to share any more info than that. Okay? You don't want to overshare or talk too much because it could overwhelm the person or people that you're talking to. If someone has a question about what you shared, they will ask. Then you can have a conversation and share more information, right? Some people get stuck on, I can do so much more than that. Yes, you can. Just like I shared my business, we offer an array of different types of services, but I'm not going to share about every single one of those services when I'm sharing about my business because that's going to confuse somebody. Like I said, yes, you can offer more than that and do more than that. And yes, you can. And I can as well. But again, you don't want to overshare or confuse those you're talking to. I could share that my business can build funnels and workflows and use XYZ platform. And no one is going to know what that means. A lot of people don't know what funnels are. They don't know what workflows are. And if I say a specific platform, they may or may not know what that specific platform is or what it does or what you use it for. That's going to confuse them. So I'm not going to use that kind of verbiage when I'm sharing, okay? It's not about being the smartest person in the room. It's about leaving with people understanding what you do. So take the pressure off of yourself when you're networking. Go with the idea you might meet some cool people because you very well might meet cool people. The key piece here is to start building relationships. That's why you attend networking events. Now, the networking event I'm going to later this week, I'm a member of this network, okay? Do I get to go to all their meetings? No, not necessarily. But when I'm available, I try to go. Do I know some of the people already in that network that's going to be at this meeting? Yes, I do. Have they already heard about what I do? Yes, they have. They may or may not remember what I said. So I'm going to share it again if I get the opportunity to do so. Then also I might meet new people because there may be new people that come to this meeting that hasn't ever attended one of these meetings before. So number one, they've never met me. Number two, they have no clue what I do. So I'm going to tell them and give them a business card so they can remember me. Business cards is very important as well when you go to an in-person networking event. Yes, I know there's these digital ones out there. I get it. That's all really nice, handy, whatever you want to call it. However, I think this is just my preference, okay? By putting a physical business card in someone's hand, they're going to remember me and have my information physically right there where they can read it in their hand. If I share my information digitally, like, through my cell phone or whatever, there's various different ways you can do that. Yeah, they're going to have my information in their phone. But are they going to go look for it? Probably not. Right? Because there's so much other stuff on that phone. Right? Yes, our phones are handy. I get it. My phone's good for me too, but there's so much stuff that we already have on our phones. And we only use certain things on it, right? Like your social media. I'm sure you have those apps downloaded on your phone. Your calendar, I'm sure you have that downloaded on your phone, as I do. Different communication channels, maybe that you use to communicate with clients or team members or coworkers or whatever. I'm sure you have that downloaded on your phone, and that's all great. I have those things as well. And those are the things I use on a regular basis. So how often am I actually going to go and look up someone's contact information? If I get it if they share it with me digitally through my phone, I'm probably not going to. However, if I have a physical business card in my hand, I'm going to see the information right there on that card. I'm not going to have to go scrolling and digging through my phone to find it. I already have it right there in front of me. Therefore, they're not going to forget me. They're going to have my contact information if they would like to use it at any given time. So for me, I prefer to give them a business card with my contact information on it versus sharing something digitally, just because that can get lost, just like an email. All of us lose emails all the time because our inbox is so full. It's the same thing on your phone. You have so much already on that phone that if you get all this digital business card and all the information on your phone, it's going to get lost and never used. And that's not the way I want to share my information. Now, if you prefer to do that, so be it. Kudos to you. That's not what I prefer. I'm going to put a physical card in somebody's hand. The person I'm talking to, I'll put a card in their hand so that they have a physical card in their hand. And actually, even the front of my card has my business name on it with my logo. So when they see it, I'm like, yeah, somebody talked about that business. What is it? And they turn it over. It's going to have my picture on it and all my information. So they're going to remember who I am, right? A lot of food for thought. I shared a lot today. Again, Thank you for joining. If you're joining live, if you're listening to this later, please do use #replay and come join us in Relationship Communications if you're not already a member. I'd love to see you there. Hope everyone has a great week, and I'll see you again next Tuesday.